governance, and for taking the time to consider the path toward for Louisiana and others seeking freedom. For those who don't know me, my name is Larkin Jackson. I help lead Free Louisiana. We're an organization founded in July of last year with a single mission, that is to push our state toward independence. Today, I want to speak to you about why Louisiana must take its rightful place as a free and sovereign nation. This past election, we saw an administration elected, and which was the will and the want to the Louisiana people to elect President Trump. We saw the deep state work against him, undermining his authority through unelected judges and bureaucrats. And this same deep state continues to disenfranchise the voters of Louisiana, stripping us of our voice, our rights, and our ability to determine our own future. We've seen industries crippled by federal overreach of the last administration, and we've seen hostility toward our energy sector. Federal regulations are strangling different industries here, and they put mandates on businesses that doesn't make sense for Louisiana. Washington does not care about Louisiana beyond what it can extract from us. They'll take our resources, they'll take our labor, they'll take our tax dollars, and what do we get in return? We get debt that we get to pass on to our descendants. We get the decay in our moral standings. We get disregard of our own contributions. So for too long, Louisiana has been at the mercy of bureaucrats who neither know nor care about our values. They don't care about our livelihoods or our families. The industries here that support our nation is a backbone of our economy, the oil industry here. They've been regulated to a standstill. People who just want to put money, just want to put food on the table and earn a living can't because of a foreign entity 1,000 miles away who wants to put their thumb on the scale for us over here. You know, our people have been sent into poverty while Washington wastes our money on failed programs. There's reckless spending, there's political favors, and when disaster strikes, we're treated like an afterthought, left to fend for ourselves. And Louisiana can take care of ourselves. With all this that the federal government is overreaching, years of overreach, Louisiana is finally fighting back. Our people have had enough. We're going to take action. I'd like to tell you what's happened since last July, since we've started. So we've taken steps toward independence. You know, we've gathered supporters from all across the state. We've went parish by parish, and we're advocating for independence. This past January, on the 25th, we were able to meet with the Libertarian Party of Louisiana, and they passed a historic resolution in Alexandria calling on our legislature to support a referendum vote on independence. And this resolution, which calls for our state government to enter into negotiations for Louisiana's exit from the Union. So this is proof that there's a growing desire of self-governance in our state. I mean, we can look at polls, but when we can look at an actual political institution here that has thousands of people registered with them, and that's real momentum. And so the momentum is real, and it's not going to be stopped. So the call for referendum is not just about policy, it's about some principles. It's about the fundamental right of a people to determine their own future, free from the interference of a bloated, self-serving government 1,000 miles away that's clearly abandoned its responsibilities to us. But make no mistake, this movement is only growing stronger. We want to continue to partner with other political parties and other political entities that support a free and independent Louisiana. So while this was happening at the same time, the political establishment in Washington has rediscovered an ancient thought, manifest destiny. We're openly calling for adding new states to prop up this empire. So they believe that they continue expanding their power indefinitely. but they're blind to the reality before them. I don't think that manifest destiny is going to happen. I think that the age of autonomy has arrived. You know, Marcus mentioned earlier that there was these different periods of history where a lot of nations were born. I think we're on the precipice of that. So the future is not expansion of an empire. The future is free, independent nations. So we have to reject this idea that a centralized power is the answer. Instead, we must embrace manifest autonomy, whether it's the people of South Louisiana in New St. George successfully seceding from their city of East Baton Rouge, or you have the northwestern counties in Oregon, Idaho advocating to move the state borders, or entire regions demanding independence. The tide is shifting, and the age of autonomy, I think, is upon us. People are reclaiming control over their lives and their governments. You know, to those who are watching and you're tired of complaining on the internet about the government, I understand. I was there. I was really good at it, just complaining and sitting on the sidelines, not doing really anything about it. I made a decision. Instead of just being another voice out into the void, it was time to take action. I want to challenge you all to take action if you're watching. You know, I decided that my children's future was worth fighting for. And let me tell you something, when you stand up, others stand with you. Other people will stand with you. So when I stood, soon enough, others were standing at my side. And that was just a tremendous to see. It was tremendous to see there was people that were willing to stand with me. So you know what? Louisiana should be an independent nation. Let me just say this, you're not alone. There's countless others that are waiting for someone like you to rise up so they can rise too. The fight for independence is not an easy one. There's going to be resistance. I've been called many things, and I look forward to be calling new names. But there's going to be skeptics. There's going to be people who's going to laugh at us. But once upon a time, the American colonies stood up against the British Empire. The people of Eastern Europe stood up against communist oppression. So time and time again, people have fought for the right to be free and won. And Louisiana is ready to be a part of that legacy. So independence and freedom from tyranny are no longer these abstract ideals. They're tangible, they're achievable, and I believe they're within this generation's grasp. As we stand together, let us take inspiration from the words of George Washington, whose birthday we honor today. He said this in a letter written to James Madison. He said, "Liberty, when it begins to take root, is a plant of rapid growth." And let me tell you, liberty has taken root in a lot of people's hearts. And I believe we're going to see an expansion where we see many nations born in the coming years. You know, we're growing toward a future of liberty, and Louisiana is ready. The people are ready. The time for freedom is now. And I pray that every people everywhere can secure freedom for the generations to come. So may God bless Louisiana. May God bless all those who are fighting for independence. And I pray that your prayers will be answered, that independence and freedom and self-determination will happen in your lifetime. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. So we're going to go to Keith, then we're going to go to Stephen.